Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Dandat Pranam to everyone. Thank you for joining the session, English Gita Gyan session today. So before starting the session, let us take the blessings of the deities of ISKCON Sheshadripuram. Sri 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 Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshana Bhagavan ki Jai. Nitai Chaitanya Bhagavan ki Jai. Parshuram Bhagavan ki Jai. Vamandev Bhagavan ki Jai. Panchatattva ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Let us offer our prayers. Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti Namne. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are in chapter 11. The universal form. And today we will be discussing on 44th shloka. Okay. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvam ahamisha medium piteva putrasya sakheva sakyuho priya priyarhasi teva sodhum. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus, I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend, the impertinence of a friend, or a husband, the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let us do a small recap and then we will get into shloka number 44. So in chapter 10, what happened? We have seen a lot of some of the opulences, but the Lord had unlimited opulences, but the Lord has only given us description of some of his unlimited opulences, right? In chapter 11, even in the universal form, even in the universal form, Arjuna was able to see all those opulences because it was like an evidence. See, whatever I have told you, see, you can see now in my universal form like that. And then from 35 to 46, it is Arjuna's prayers to the Lord. So what did Arjuna do? He offered his obeisances with folded hands again and again. And Arjuna was also saying, world becomes joyful just upon hearing your name. And what does the demons do? They run away. You are limitless and refuge of the universe. The whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. And what did Arjuna do? He paid his obeisances from front, behind, and from all the sides. And why we generally do that? Because when somebody is very important and we haven't given them the respect that they deserve, that's when we generally do that. We pay them obeisances properly. So, and Arjuna also says, thinking you as my friend, I rashly addressed you as, oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh my friend, not knowing your glories. So, and he also says, oh, we sometimes we both used the same bed to sleep, and we ate together, sometimes alone or sometimes in front of others. So he is telling, please excuse me, because generally what happens when somebody is very important, we let them eat first. So, but Arjuna is telling, oh, please excuse me for that. And also in 43, the Lord, Arjuna is telling, you are the father of the complete cosmic manifestation, manifestation, moving and unmoving. You are the worshipable chief, supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. So sometimes people think I'm greater than the Lord. So Arjuna is telling, you can't, nobody can be greater than the Lord. So then people will say, oh, let me become one with the Lord, like same, equal level. So that also Arjuna is telling, that is also not possible. So Arjuna is telling, how can anyone be greater than you in the three worlds, O Lord of the immeasurable power? Why? Because his power is immeasurable. The Lord's power is immeasurable. Now in 44. So Arjuna is telling, you are the supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. And so now he is bringing the master and servant relationship between him and the Lord, because until now he was always thinking in a friendly manner. So the Lord also says, right, in the 9th chapter, end of the chapter, last sloka, manmana bhava madbhakta, right, you become my devotee. So here the Arjuna is bringing the master servant relationship. And also the reason why Arjuna is telling that Lord Krishna is great is there is no difference between the Krishna's body and Krishna's self. Both are same. For us, body and self are different, but for the Lord, both are same. And what is the other greatness of the Lord? His senses are interchangeable. Like he can see from, like for example, when we give bhoga, he doesn't have to use his hands to eat. Just by looking at the bhoga, he can eat, right? So it's like that. So all the senses are interchangeable. One sense can do what the other sense can do. So his senses are interchangeable. Now, the other important thing, his births and acts are transcendental, right? Janma karma chame divyam evam yovet tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjana. So if we know his births and acts, that they are transcendental, then if we know them properly, then we will not get another life, another body. So where will we go? We will go back to Godhead. So he's telling like that. So his birth and acts are transcendental, activities are transcendental, and he's all cause of all causes. So it's said in Brahma Samhita 5.1, right? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So here, after saying all these things, Arjuna, what he does is he falls down to offer his respectful obeisances to the Lord. And what does he do? He asks for Lord's mercy. So now, and he also says, as a father, you tolerated the impudence, like a father, how he tolerates the impudence of his son. In the same way, you also tolerated, right? For generally, what happens when the small kids are there? What do? They slap the father. The law, like, even if slapping is considered as a play only, right? The law of the play and all that. And generally, the current generation, what happens with the current generation? We tell them to sit, they stand. We tell them to stay silent, they shout, right? We tell them to sit at one place, they keep moving. We tell them to sleep, they want to play. So the father becomes tolerant, right? Yes, there will be sama veda beda danda payamba, but most of the time it is tolerant. Yes, when things go little beyond, then yes, the danda payambu may start. But generally, they are very tolerant. Now Krishna is also same. He has been very tolerant. Arjuna says, oh, you have been tolerant for all my mistakes. In the same way, as a friend, what does a friend do? A friend, the impertinence of a friend. Impertinence means disrespect. Like, for example, how does a friend talk to us? Casually, right? So, but when there is a servant and master relationship, the casualness shouldn't come. So that's why here Arjuna is telling Krishna, oh, I have been casual with you, but you have been still very tolerant with me, like that. And we have already seen the shloka, right? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sahridam sarvabhutanam jnatvamam shanti vrajati. So here sahridam means friend for all the living entities. So that's why we should, that's why Krishna also says, since you are my friend, that's why I'm telling you this Gita. Otherwise, because when there is friendly relationship, there is no envy, and only they can understand the Bhagavad Gita properly. So that's why this understanding the relationship, the Lord has been very friendly to the relationship between Arjuna and Krishna was as a friend. That's why Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna. But here Arjuna understands, oh, my relationship is mainly now as a master and servant, like that. And then he also says, oh, you have tolerated me like a wife. A husband is very familiar with the wife, right? So that's why the husband is tolerant with the wife and wife is tolerant to the husband. And there will be casualty also, right? There will be casual. So that's why Arjuna is telling, oh, in that way you have tolerated me. So now he is telling, oh, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done to you. And then because Arjuna has come to a level of master and servant. And then what does he do? He falls down to offer his respectful obeisances and asks for mercy. So Mahan means generally Mahan or great. When do we call someone Mahan or great? Because they are very forgiving. So we'll take an example. Brigumuni was given a responsibility by rishis to find out who is the highest in all the devatas. So he goes to Lord Brahma, right? So but what does he do? What he does is he doesn't pay any obeisances. Okay, so Lord Brahma actually becomes angry, and then he goes to Lord Shiva, and then he talks something what he's not supposed to talk. Lord Shiva also becomes very angry, and then he goes to Lord Vishnu. So but at that time Lord Vishnu is in Yoga Nidra. So he thinks, I'm here, I'm such a great Muni, and Lord Vishnu is not giving me any attention. And then what does he do? He kicks him on the chest. But here what happens is Lord Vishnu, what he does, actually Lakshmi Mata is also there. She becomes very angry. But Lord Vishnu, what he does is, hope you are not hurt. As my heart, I mean, you kicked on my heart, on my chest, but my heart is very tough. I hope you are not hurt by this. He says like that, Lord Vishnu says. And he says, he doesn't feel bad actually. I mean, somebody kicking the Lord is actually, it's a bad thing, but still he doesn't see it as a bad thing, and he tolerates. But of course the Leela say after that, we know, yes, he slowly removes his pride also. Lord Vishnu removes Brigmuni's pride also. And then we have seen Narasimhadev Bhagavan, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he was very ferocious actually, right? That his pure devotee had to go through so many troubles in the hands of his father, who is a asura, to make the Lord pacify. What all the devatas, they ask, oh Lakshmi Devi, please help us. They request, but Lakshmi Devi says, no, I can't. I have never seen this form, so I can't pacify Lord. Then they ask Prahlad Maharaj, you please pacify the Lord. Then he starts singing glories of the Lord, and then the Lord pacifies. So actually here what we have to understand is Lord loves his pure devotees more. And when we serve the pure devotees of the Lord, actually the Lord becomes even very happy than we serving directly the Lord. So that's why the Lord, what we can understand through this is the Lord actually loves his pure devotees very much. So that's why there is so much of tolerance in him. And no one is higher than the Lord, but the Lord wants his devotees to be glorified. That's the reason here. Dandavat. Dandavat means what? Danda means stick. What means fall down. So like a stick, we should fall down. Pranam is actually very important. Yajna, when we do yajna, we get punya. And then we use that credit to go to the heaven, etc., etc. But the thing is, when we do pranam by heart, like properly, thinking, yes, I am the servant from Krishna, Lord Krishna is the master, then what happens is our bhakti increases. So that's why chances of going back to Godhead increases. So that's why giving dandavats is very important. And also our mode should be that using this body, I have done lots of aparadhas, so I am offering myself to you, because all this body and the energy that I have is given by you. Like that, our mood should be like that. And then when we accept our aparadhas by heart, the Lord will definitely pardon us. So generally what happens, we don't generally know how to glorify the Lord. So that's why what the best thing to do is Dandavat Pranam. So there are two different types of Dandavats. What are they? Shashtanga Dandavat and Panchanga Dandavat. So Prabhus, what do they do? Shashtanga means 8 limbs. What is that? 2 hands, 2 legs, the chest, head, Vani. Vani means we pray, right? When we do Dandavat, we pray. And then through the mind. So all these 8 limbs, through this we do Prabhus do Shashtanga Dandavat. But Mataji's, what do? They do Panchanga, like five limbs only. What is that? Two legs, head, Vani means prayer, and mind. Through this, mothers do Dandavat. Now, so what we are doing by Dandavat is that we are taking shelter. That means we are surrendering. Just by surrendering, what does the Lord do? Lord will give us His mercy. And in what are other circumstances did Lord gave tolerated Shishupala? Right? He had the chance. Until 100 mistakes, I will not do anything. But once that 100 mistake done, he was killed. And Putana also. She came to by putting poison on the breast. She wanted to kill Krishna, but he was tolerant, right? So, and what did Lord Krishna do? He actually sent her to the spiritual world because she came as a mother. And also, when Manigriva and Nalakuvera were cursed by Narada, what happens when we know about Damodar Lila, right? So the mother Yashoda, she ties Lord Krishna. Even at that time, what does it actually tying the Lord is impossible, but Lord Krishna sees the endeavor, or a mother is becoming tired, let me get bound. It's like that. So there was endeavor, there was proper pure endeavor from Mother Yashoda, and after that he got bound. After that, did he stay at one place? No, he went to deliver Manigriva and Nalakuvera. So it's like that. The Lord is always thinking, oh, how do I deliver these jivas? So it's like that. And what are the different, that's the reason he is so tolerant towards us. And then what are the different rasas? There are Sakya rasa, which means friend, Dasya, which is servant, husband, which is Madhurya, and Vatsalya, which is son. It's like that. So that's why I have been, so our mood should be that only the Lord can only accommodate our mistakes, because and how does he reciprocate? By giving us pure devotion service. When we say, yes, I have done offenses life after life, and not just one offense, but offenses after offenses, still, but when we surrender to the Lord, what does he do? He reciprocates by giving us pure devotion service, as long as we don't repeat our mistakes. Now what we have to understand here is, he is the creator. Lord has 4 different propensities and 6 full opulences in full. What is that? He is a creator, supreme creator, proprietor, controller, and enjoyer. Now, what are the 6 opulences he has in full? Wealth, power, fame, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. But what is happening to us here? We also want to be wealthy, powerful, famous, beautiful, wise, and renounced. Why? Because we get attention. So it's like, instead of Krishna gaining all the attention, we are telling, oh, I want to gain attention through all these. But the thing is, here, when we give a wonderful gift to someone and they throw in the garbage, we get offended, right? In the same way, Krishna has given us devotion service, but when we don't practice properly, he also will get offended. So that's why what we have to do is, we have to do a pure devotion service properly, saying, oh, yes, instead of gaining attention, we have to say, oh, we have to say, yes, I am surrendering to you. I'm not the master. I'm trying to be you, but this body is not mine. The energy is also not mine. So we have to come to the level that, oh, you are the master and the servant. It's like that. So that's the reason we chant. Chanting means we are giving attention to the Lord, right? So chanting attentively is a proper way of surrendering. That's why Prabhupada asks one devotee, why do you think I'm writing all these books? And he says something, but at last Prabhupada says, no, the reason why I'm writing so many books is so that you can you can all chant attentively the names of the Lord. That means we are giving attention to the Lord instead of ourselves, right? And that's the reason we have to understand that we can get the mercy of the Lord, because the Lord is very, very tolerant. That's why we can see, like we have seen Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji, we have seen Krishnananda Prabhuji, we have seen Radhesham Prabhuji. The Lord is sending all his wonderful devotees so that we can get his mercy, right? So we have to utilize the mercy nicely. Now, next, in 45, text 45, we will see, actually by seeing this form, Arjuna becomes fearful and he asks the Lord something. So that we will find out tomorrow, in tomorrow's sloka. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.